Ciao ragazzi, benvenuti ancora a queste interviste live che stiamo preparando. Allora, in preparazione dell'avvicinamento all'X-Alps, abbiamo intervistato quasi tutti i piloti e abbiamo chiesto loro un po' di informazioni riguardanti appunto la loro preparazione, le loro motivazioni per la gara, il loro team. È un modo, insomma, per conoscere un po' tutti i piloti che poi seguiremo live durante la gara. Ecco, ne abbiamo visti quasi tutti. Questa sera vi presentiamo
Chrigel Maurer, 42 years old, living in Frutigen in Switzerland. Yeah, I really like to participate at the 9th Red Bull XAlps 2025. After winning 8 times, for sure it will be a next super good challenge and a good time with my team.
Okay, so welcome, Christian. Thanks for being with us tonight. We are here for to talk about the Red Bull X-Alps, and thanks again to be with us.
You're welcome. Buonasera a
Okay.
tutti.
Grazie. Okay. So we say that the interview will be in English. You talk a little bit of Italian too, but we go in English to be more fluent. Okay. So
No
there
complaint.
is no need of presentation for you for sure, but please anyway introduce yourself as a pilot for paragliding.
Yes, hello, I'm Christian Maurer. Everybody says Chrigel with nickname. Yeah, very famous in Switzerland. I'm 42 years old, flying paragliding since 26 years. I have already around 10,000 flights and 10,000 hours. And yeah, Red Bull X-Alps is my big dream since 2009. So every 2 years I did well, and for this edition 2025, it's preparing, and I'm looking forward for a 9th edition.
Right. So the first question that comes up when we talk about X-Alps and you, it's after so many years, what gives you again and again and again this big motivation to be part of it and to be part of it in the level that you are?
There are two main points. One point is with this goal to be part of the Red Bull X-Alps, I have a good preparation. I stay motivated all year long, and I come into a new level personally, mentally, but also with the material. So developing new stuff, new experience in the development, it's really interesting. And the other point, it's to have a goal which is something which shows me new things in summer. When the race is on, for sure we find new weather and new situations, and this experience, this adventure is really special in this race. Without the race, without the pressure, we not have this adventure, and then it's difficult to see some nice spots of the Alps.
Right. What do you think about the route this year with these new things about this cross point in St. Moritz? That is something new that we didn't see before.
Yes, we saw it really interesting because the route is a little bit longer, but I think to cross the Alps more, it makes it more difficult, especially when it's not flyable weather. We have 3 points where we have to land and have a via ferrata. We have to spend time there for sure. And we have these 16 checkpoints, sign aboard. It means to land and to be there. Means depends of the weather, we have to spend more or less time. So in the end, at the start, at the end, it's similar. It's the same like last edition, and I think it's a nice spot, the Alps especially, and the start and the end for this race. And finally, in between, we meet my home place, Frutigen, Niesen. It's a checkpoint.
Yes.
For sure, it's really nice to have this again. But depends of the weather. We see how fast we can go.
Right. Last season, last summer, we have followed all your adventure on the plus 4,000 meters mountain in the Alps that you have done together with Von Kannel also. And so was that also a good training for the X-Alps?
So I think it's completely different, because X-Alps, it changed to a race. It means you do all the moves very fast, and you go with light equipment and with a team with support. It means I get the food and clothing every time I want. And the project we did last summer, the X Peaks, we want to go as a team together, and we want to go from home, from Frutigen to all the peaks and back only by foot or paraglider. It means we had heavy backpack, we had all the gear with us, and we had to organize the food all the time. And it makes it completely to an adventure, and it makes it slow. But in a way it helps, because we set a goal, a high goal. It feels at the beginning like big pressure, but we start and we go step by step and we reach the goal, and it makes me more strong in self-confidence. So I think it's a help for X-Alps too.
Right. So you told about now doing something together with somebody else. X-Alps, we know it's a race for solo pilots, but also they need to have a very strong team behind them to support. Tell us something about your team.
Yeah, I have a completely new team. Two of them, they was already with me in the X-Beer in 2022. So they like the adventure. And the interesting part maybe they are two not pilot. So they do sport, but no flying. And they will me support well on the ground. They will really understand well what an athlete need in a race. And the other two, it's in another car. We have two cars. They are pilots, but more in a way that they come with me on takeoff, fly back to the car. And one of them, they specialized for social media, and the other, she will also take part in X-Alps maybe in the future. So to see how the race works, it's a bit the same like last edition in 23. There was Lars Merstetter with me in a team, and yes, this edition he's an athlete by self, and this is also for me nice to bring young, motivated pilots to the race like this.
Sure, understand. And Lars is one of the one to watch, because I saw also him during the last Dolomiti Superfly. He was so strong there, really. So for sure. Another question, Christian. I normally ask to all the pilots who is the mentor of them, the one they look at, and many of them they say you. So now the question is for you. Who is your mentor? Who do you look to, or maybe in the past you have been looking to?
Yeah, at the beginning when I was young, there was or I was really lucky to grow up in Switzerland. There was good pilots like Kari Eisenhut. He was Europe champion in 2000. Alex Hofer and Steve Cox. They live really close to me, and I was always with them on the takeoffs, and I was with them in the competition. So it was really good help for me. And then step by step we continue, and also there was Jimmy Bacher from the Dolomites and Christian Biasi and pilots like this. They helped me in the world level, in the World Cup. And for sure there was a really good pilot that was really strong all the time. It's for me it's Luca Donini, because he was always in the races where it was very important, like European or World Championship, and he was always with a big smile, and he was pushing really hard, and that makes me really confident, because I thought when I'm getting old, I still can be good in the competition like him.
Right. Yeah, this is a very interesting point. Yes. So in a race like the Red Bull X-Alps, we know that strategy is really crucial to be able to arrive to the end and to arrive to the end in the first position. Which is your philosophy talking about the flight condition or the speed, the time to be kept up during the race? So let's say if you can explain to us which is the strategy which year after year keep you, or edition after edition, keep you at the highest level?
Yeah, I think I'm really lucky to do the sport. I really like to do the sport. I really like flying, paragliding, and also in training I can spend a lot of hours in the air, like cross-country flights or in competition. And still after 26 years I not lost so much, and it means I can do the hours and still get the motivation to do more. And during the X-Alps, if you do something what you really like to do, like paragliding, and if you do this every day, more time, then on one point it's enough normally. And after a long day flying, it's really nice to go to the ground and walk on the road, because the flying it's boring, or it's getting hard and tired. So I think it's one of my strengths to always see a next goal, a next step to do also in flying, and I really can motivate myself in the day, in the hours, with small next steps. And finally, I also know that the race is never the same, so it's never boring. And for me, it makes sense to try it again and to find some good motivate points. And yeah, finally, I think it's nice to win, for sure. But I also see that it's never ending. It's never perfect, because to know the weather, the area, the Alps, it's always tricky, and I think I can be better from edition to edition.
Sure, yeah, it's true what you say, that the weather is also very unpredictable, and it looks to me in this last years it's becoming even more unpredictable. So sometimes really it's a challenge. Yeah, absolutely. So a question now a little bit more personal. So you for sure fly a lot. You said you do mountain biking, running, and so on. But when you are not doing this such a let's say extreme sports, what are you doing? Tell us something about your what you like to do in private, let's say.
Yes, in general, I self-employed, so I have to do my office work, organize myself, organize everything I do, and also with my sponsors. I do speeches to organize all this. And on the other side, I'm father of two boys. They are growing up fast, and to see them a lot, it's important to do holiday with them, to spend time with them. I really like this time, and yeah, I do really a lot of training, personal body training. I spend around 15 to 20 hours every week. It's almost every day I spend in training. It's in holiday I do a bit less, but at least I do training, because I think it's good to move, and this feeling gives me good motivation and power for the day. And finally, yeah, there are not many days I do nothing. But if the weather is really bad, I also like to go in the swimming pool, in the spa, to enjoy, or go skiing, for example, without the pressure of training. So there are some moves, but like holiday on the beach, I not really like, because I'm not able to relax fully in this area. So
I understand. So, what do you think about the impact that a race like the X-Alps has on the Swiss paragliding community? it has a lot of, for sure it has, because it is maybe in 70% made in crossing Switzerland. But how is this impact on the athletes of the Swiss league?
Yeah, when we go back in the past, there was in 2003 the first edition, and X-Alps, they really invest a lot in the live tracking, so people from home was able to follow the race, and the 30 athletes was doing a competition. They're doing a hard competition, and with the live tracking, a lot of people around the world was able to watch and to see. And I think at the beginning there was like, they are stupid. And more the hike and fly become more interest, because also the gear, the manufacturer starts to build easy gliders, light harnesses. The gear become more easy to bring up the mountain, so more and more people like to hike.
Right.
I think that for a normal pilot, a flight is more brilliant after hike than after a gondola drive up. So it's this point what we can see, that more and more people start to hike and to enjoy the flight even more when it's short. And with the gear, it's also possible to make a hike and then after a big flight, and this makes sense that there is different competitions, and we can see that with these competitions we have already short ones for half a day until 3-4 days. We can see that a lot of people do these competitions. We have around 400 to 500 pilots. They compete in Switzerland, and X-Alps, it's far away maybe, but the one at home, or the funny one with the friends, these competitions are quite in a good. They are coming.
Yeah.
And I think it's the impact coming from X-Alps.
Right, yes. I absolutely agree with you that sometimes, even if you go for a small 10 minutes flight down, but if you have walked up the mountain, anyway, it's a good day. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yes. I have one last question for you, Christian. Many pilots talk about a magical moment, maybe something special during the day, or some achievement, something particular. Which is your magical moment in flying?
I think there is a different one. I think always meeting an eagle, or when you can see animals, it's really nice. Or when I meet other pilots, sometimes hang glider pilots, sailplane pilots, wingsuit pilots also. It's special. But I think always when I set a good goal, maybe crossing a mountain or go from one to the other valley, and when it looks really difficult, and then the moment I feel it works, for me this is always really nice. It's just for some minutes, maybe 1 minute in a flight of 10 hours, but this minute it feels really special.
Right. Yeah, the moment that you say, okay, yes, let's go, it's a good moment.
Magic comes in.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, so Christian, thanks very much for being with us. I will be also at the start for the X-Alps, so I'll be glad to say hello to you in person. But thanks very much for being with us tonight. And so all the best for the race, and then we will see in Kitzbühel for the start.
Cool. Grazie mille.
Grazie mille. Grazie a te.
All the best.
Bye.